I'm Becky Large, large like the pizza, and I tell you that because I don't want you to ever forget me. Imagine, if you will, a world where all people with autism, they're all people, including the people with autism, their families, caregivers, and friends, can live, work, and play without judgment, guilt, or worry. Why is this important, you might ask? Well, let's first just talk about a little bit about what autism is. Autism is a broad range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behavior, and speech and nonverbal communication. It's a neurological disorder and it cannot be cured. Autism is also a hidden disability until it isn't. You see, people with autism struggle when they become overstimulated and overwhelmed. This can create tantrums and meltdowns, as many of you know. There's been a rise in autism diagnosis rates. Today, the diagnosis rate is 1 in 36. When my son was diagnosed in 2010, it was 1 in 68. Now, if you pardon the pun, I'm going to set the stage. I'm going to play a 15-second exercise for you. You'll be given multiple commands simultaneously, so try your best to keep up. And dear Lord, if you have a seizure disorder, please close your eyes for the next 15 seconds.
What color is on screen?
Keep clapping.
Stay in time. Don't slow down.
Follow the dots with your eyes.
Follow the dots with your eyes.
Start over on the alphabet.
Faster.
Faster.
Faster. Keep clapping.
Stay in time. Don't slow down. This is what people with autism contend with. I can imagine it would be overwhelming, disorienting, uncomfortable, and anxiety producing, right? Can you imagine waking up to that and contending with that assault every day? Now imagine a world where people with autism are better understood. My efforts in autism awareness began in 2013, a year after my husband and I and our 2 boys, one of which has autism, relocated from southern New Jersey to Surfside Beach, South Carolina. That's a neighbor just south of Myrtle Beach. What we quickly realized is that there's all these wonderful organizations to support the person with autism, but none to serve the family unit. Having watched the video, you have a small understanding of what the people with autism might be experiencing. That's why I made it my mission to make people with autism more comfortable so that the family unit could come out with confidence. Let's take going to the movies as an example. Imagine you're excited for the next big blockbuster. You go to the theater, you walk into flashing lights and loud movie trailers. You stand in line for your tickets and then again for your concessions, and then armed with your popcorn, soda pop, and favorite candy, you navigate your way to claim your seats. You sit down, the movie starts, the music's loud, you can feel the bass in your chest, and you settle in for a great show, hoping you don't have to get up to go to the restroom because nobody wants to miss any of the movie or disrupt the other moviegoers. Y'all, this is so not the case for people with autism. Many people with autism can't tolerate standing in line. Add to that the crowds, the lights, the smells, the change from light to dark environments. It can be utterly overwhelming for somebody who's neurodiverse. Sensory-friendly movies are where the lights are up, sound is down, and people are free to move around. It is not your traditional movie viewing experience, but is one where people with autism and their families can come out and enjoy an experience together, modified for the person with autism. A traditional movie viewing experience would probably result in a tantrum or a meltdown, causing stress and friction for our families and other moviegoers. And people are so quick to judge, thinking the child is unruly and the parents are horrible. But in actuality, this is a family in crisis. As if this situation isn't hard enough, layer on the judgment of people who know nothing about what we're experiencing. It's horribly painful. How many of us have been quick to judge in such a scenario? This judgment leaves our families compelled to just stay home, and this isn't good for anyone. It's not good for the person with autism, the siblings, or the parents. That's why I want to educate people and create a world where these families can come out and play together contentedly. As I mentioned, my efforts in autism awareness started in 2013. Now, more than 10 years later, we are still subject to judgment and ridicule because of the nature of autism being a hidden disability and your judgment if a tantrum is to ensue. Back in 2015, my generous in-laws took us on a 2-week vacation to Hawaii to celebrate their wedding anniversary. I was in full-blown autism mama planning mode the minute the trip was announced. We were dealing with a change in surroundings and routine, which is unsettling and uncomfortable, not to mention sitting still and being quiet for long periods of time, 3 flights, 2 layovers, and the physical discomfort of the cabin pressure change. It was a tall order. As I said back then in 2015, and even then, autism awareness wasn't all that prevalent. And man, did I put that resort through the numbers, contacting them multiple times to learn about the environment. Please tell me the number of bedrooms and the sizes of beds in each. What is the proximity to water? Is there open access to the ocean? Are there lifeguards? The resort activities, are they loud? Are they crowded? Would they be suitable for somebody with autism? And to this day, when people are asked this question, very few can answer it because they still don't have knowledge of autism. So I had to dig deeper. How long is the activity? Is there seating? Is it inside or outside? If it's outside, is there shade? Are snacks and water provided, or should we bring our own? Lots of questions, months of preparation. So we successfully make it across the pond, yay. And we start to enjoy all that the resort and the local area have to offer. We found a local beach that had snorkeling and swimming. That was kind of our home base, and we were settling in and having a good time. A few days in, my sister-in-law suggested that we go for an overnight to the other side of the island and go snorkeling at this amazing location. Sounds epic, right? Well, once again, it was a change and an unanticipated one. And I had nowhere or anyone to talk to get the lay of the land. So we drive to the Airbnb, and it is dark, dark, dark. No street lights, no markings, nothing was labeled. By the time we got to our destination, my husband and my stress level was through the roof. We get into the house, only to find there's no potable water and we have no food. The stress becomes exponential. And add to that, the house is in the middle of a jungle or a rainforest with all these ambient noises, whether it was insects or frogs, I don't know, but our son was writhing and crying and inconsolable. So now the stress is exponential. No water, no food, inconsolable boy. So what do? Well, knowing full well we could not go to a restaurant in our current state, we did what a lot of autism families do: divide and conquer. My youngest son and I went to get food and water while my husband remained at the house with our inconsolable boy. The rest of the evening was a white-knuckled blur of headlights, food, water, crying until we all passed out. We felt isolated, stressed, anxious, and alone. That trip to Hawaii changed my life. I came back wanting to educate people, communities, and businesses on the needs and accommodations of people and families living with autism. I spend a good portion of my time now trying to figure out how to educate and serve more people. I have the quest for World Autism Awareness Domination, and based on the platform I've created, I'm getting there. We're creating communities of understandings across the United States. I'm also working with an organization in Nairobi, Kenya, to develop an online autism lesson in Kiswahili to educate parents, teachers, and political officials about autism. It's a big step in my quest for World Autism Awareness Domination. So what can you do to help support this family and learn more about this community? First, if you see an episode, don't judge. Your judgment is painful. Lead with love and offer a kind smile. Second, you may want to offer assistance. If so, know that people with autism could take up to 10 seconds to respond due to processing issues, so be patient. And don't be surprised if the family says no, thank you. But know that they will never forget your kind gesture and they will remember you the rest of their lives. And third, know that people and families living with autism long for and deserve a quality of life we all strive for. And with your help and understanding, we can achieve World Autism Awareness domination. Thank you.